All right, here we are. We're live in qualifying. This is the third week of the Six Sigma Road League, the Summer Road League. We're at Road America tonight, which is somewhere in America. It's about all the info I have. It's at Elkhart Lake.
It's in Wisconsin.
Which is Wisconsin, yeah. I was about to say it's in Wisconsin, but I don't know where, but then I just saw the cities right there on the screen. How nice of them. Temperature 76. We always do our events in the morning, so it's nice and cool. It gets plenty of grip, so it doesn't get slippery, too slippery out there. And it looks like Williams on his outlap right now. Let's take well, everybody's on outlap. Let's take a quick look at the championship points. So currently for the pros, we got Morgan leading, Brandon close second, Richard Hibbs close third as well. Chris Dowden is right up there in fourth, and Tiago rounded out the top five. They're all pretty close together, and we got a little bit of a gap down through the rest. Not all these people have been here every week, so some of the points will vary quite a bit because of that. That's the pro. Let's take a look at the AMs. Currently, we have Jeffrey Oakes leading the amateurs with Kyle Moore in second, Logan Key third, Ryan Thomas fourth, and AJ Robest fifth. They're all fairly close together. The top six are all fairly close together. Once again, not everybody's raced both previous weeks. But AJ's up there in top five. He just joined late in the practice session, so he's hopefully he's looking to do something. Kyle Moore's just hanging out doing his thing, hanging out in second position right now. That's pretty good for just letting cars around and racing your race. All right, let's get to some quali. They ought to be getting close to a lap time here. Williams coming down the back straight.
Richard will be the first to cross.
Oh, no, he's already... Nope, never mind.
I think.
Oh, he's on it. Okay, yeah, Williams on his hot lap right now.
Oh, Richard spun in sector 5.
Right now, Coy and Elliott are about the farthest I see. Somehow it says AJ has done negative 0.2 of a lap. I'm not sure how that works. Oh, they're updated. That was weird. Okay, we're watching Elliott right now. He's a newcomer this season. He was one of the Texas Racing League guys. Texas Speed guys. He cheered people on last season. This season, he's actually racing with us. He might be the first one to complete a lap here. Oh no, I think Brandon Dooley's gonna beat him to it. All right, we got Dooley in with the... Oh, Morgan pops right in, taking Dooley's spot immediately with a low 2:05. That's a pretty good time. In practice, we saw the fastest was a 04.9 something, I believe.
Yep, that's correct. There were two of them, actually.
Oh, yeah. Was it...
I believe it was Richard and Brandon.
Was it Brandon that was just... Yeah. Richard was the top spot, and Brandon was second by 8 thousandths. All right, let's take a look at... Jimmy pops in there at third. Skyler sneaks in at second. He wasn't that high during practice. Skyler's a newcomer tonight. He has a pretty high I rating. You take that, however you want. But I'm excited to see Skyler race tonight against Morgan, see if they have anything to put into each other here. So far, we got Tiago in 7th, who had a great showing last week. He was finished 2nd overall, I believe, but he was on Morgan's tail by about a half second the entire feature race. I don't have any good sector information on here. Oh, Brandon pops up with a 205.59. Oh, William! William comes out of nowhere with a 205.56, taking that P2 away. Looks like Skyler was just barely worse on that second lap, so he's going to remain 3rd with a 55 or an 05.58. There, Hibbs strikes back now with a 205.49. He was the fastest in practice, so I'm not surprised to see him up there. What if we do first initial, last... Oh, that doesn't work. Initials won't work because of our A and P tags. Just do last names. I don't know why it doesn't show the full name for everyone. So here's Richard Hibbs. Everybody is completing working on their 3rd lap. We have 3 laps for quali here. With only 10 minutes in the session, that's kind of tight for this long track. I wonder how that's going to work with Le Mans later in the season.
Oh, Corey Abbott's done 2 laps. Neither of them counted.
Uh-oh. We have 3 people that haven't done any laps yet. William completes his 3rd lap. Does not
really
improve.
Tight on time.
Skyler completes his, does not improve. Here comes Richard. Let's see what he's got. Ah, he improves, but not enough. 300ths off of Morgan. Great lap, great lap. This may be the... Oh, and Jimmy sneaks in there for P3. I didn't see he was still going. We also have Andrew Storsum, who's still on the lap. Running the Merc. Let's get a little roll bar action here.
Quali may end before some of these guys finish a lap.
Yep, Andrew should make his. I think Logan will make his. The rest I'm not sure about. Here comes Andrew over the line. Oh, and the session's over.
Guess we're doing last first. Good luck.
I think your revolving door on it, D-Mac, you good?
Oh, where's my results? Why are they not showing?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta click
it
grid,
crashed,
not
and
results.
then we're
That'd
back
probably
in.
be a smart thing to
I
do.
thought I was resetting it.
I mean, you've done it before.
All right, we're getting lined up here.
I know
Ready
it's a
for
sprint
the
race, but let's be kind to
15-minute
each other and we'll-
sprint race.
On lap 1 here, turn 1.
Starting on the front row, we got Morgan taking that top spot with a 2:05.190. Pretty good hot lap. P2, we got Richard Hibbs with just 300ths behind him. Those guys are super close. So we got a little bit of a gap, almost 0.3 to the second row. Jimmy Hayden in third. William White, not new to Six Sigma, but this is his first showing in the Road League. So good first quali there. We also have Skyler, who's a newcomer.
Nice whip, Morgan.
Great quali there, starting in row 3 on P5. Brandon Dooley in P6. Tiago Fernandez is in row 4, starting P7. Leighton Norgard, P8. Row 5, we got Andrew Storzum and Mike Rundow. Row 6, we have Kerry Brooks, Ben Miller.
I can't legally say there's a bounty
Row
on Jimmy,
7, we got
yeah,
Stephen Kelly, Logan Key. Row 8, we got Elliot Lang, Coy McGrath.
Why can't there be a bounty on the
Row 9, Ryan Phillips, Durchan. Row 10, we got Ben Ruprecht, who's the Oval admin, and Rashana Trey. Or is it
Logan, we haven't even started.
Rashana?
Say sorry.
It's Rashana Trey. Yeah, Rashana Trey. Row 11, we have Kyle Moore and Austin Lauder. Row 12, we have Tyler Baker and Chris Schusler. And we got more. We got a big field tonight. Yeah, here. Oh, we're going green right here. That's a very short parade lap.
We got to spin at the back. Right as it went green.
We're going green. This looks like somebody spun at the back. We're too wide going into T1. Looks like Morgan's taking the lead. He's in a Ferrari tonight, leaving the Beamer at home. Looking for that little bit of extra top speed the Ferrari provides, possibly. Richard Hibbs tucking in right behind him.
Sorry.
Oh, might have something else going on.
There's a few cars off.
I'm saying sorry.
It is so hard to see them all.
Navigating, Chris.
Oh, I said Mike, not Mark. Sorry about that. That was Mark. Coming down to T5, which can be scary on cold tires, hard braking zone. Oh, look at that swarm of cars back there. Let's go look through the field a little bit. There's so many cars. It's a big race tonight. I love to see it.
3 meatballs. Skyler, Mark, and a Leighton.
Oh no, Leighton's got a meatball?
Yep, they went off turn 3, I assume with some contact.
Let's have a look at... where are they at? Oh, off track.
Oh, Jimmy with a spin.
Jimmy spun? Oh no. Let's get back up the field here.
He's rejoining the camp.
Let's have a replay of what happened to Jimmy here. Oh, he went wide on the exit and caught the grass. Oh, that's a pretty decent hit too.
There is so much going on, I cannot see a thing.
there is a lot showing up in this board.
There are names moving.
So many people passing.
My cars aren't drawing in all the way.
Mac, right, that's all you, buddy.
Up in the front, we have Morgan maybe running a little bit away from Richard. Richard's still pretty well there. I think they're running off from William. He's 2 seconds down now off the leader.
Oh, hey, Ben.
I see gaps between
buddy.
cars, or intervals between cars, from the leader. Let's watch
Leighton
intervals
tried
here.
to limp it all the way back home.
Oh, did he? Oh, that's right. I wanted to see what happened to a Leighton. Leighton off track. Let's have a quick look at a Leighton here. This is during the start. Oh, he just
Did someone
a
say
little
something
late on
about
the
a
brakes,
lap
or
before
somebody in
challenge?
front of him was a little early. And
You're
it
on
looked
the line,
like
sorry.
Mark,
Get in line, buddy.
looks like Mark touched the, oh, yep, Mark touched the grass in the braking zone, and it threw him across. Oh, he took Skylar out. Oh, no. That's a hard break for all of them there. That was just an unlucky touching the grass under braking. Nothing you can do after that motion starts. You're just along for the ride at that point.
Oh, Logan Key's got a meatball.
Oh, Logan Key went off track. Let's take a look at that. Looks like he's in the kink. Just barely caught the grass on the outside through the kink. Good job locking the car down, controlling the car.
Can't hear you. I'm playing Led Zeppelin in the car.
Let's keep it race focused.
Right now we got Ryan Phillips about a half second behind Chan. Oh, we got Daniel McConnell right on the back of Elliott, who's their teammates. See if Daniel tries to get around Elliott here. Daniel's in the pro class, Elliott's in the amateur class, but they are racing each other for everyone's racing each other for points.
Didn't have this problem last week, but if iRace Control doesn't draw the cars on track, the names start flying everywhere.
Uh-oh.
And I have it turned up.
Oh, Daniel's looking to the inside, but pops back. Was that the... No, that wasn't. I'm lost where we're at on track.
Are you looking at?
Daniel. I guess I could bring up the map.
That's the carousel.
They're in the carousel. It was the straight before the carousel that got me confused. I'm not used to looking at from not the driver's seat. All right, here comes Daniel's drafting down the back. Is he going to pop out for Canadian corner? I think that's what that is. He does. He goes on the inside and takes Elliott. Now Elliott might be under pressure from Ben Ruprecht right behind. This is about the closest battle we have going. Oh, we have Brandon Dooley peeking out on William White, looking for a possible pass here. See if he gets a good draft coming down this long straight. Kind of broke off a little bit. Must have got a run, not good run off the corner. Coming down the hard braking zone of T5. Looks like they're going to stay pretty well even. Looks like we might have a pretty good race going on behind Chan here. We have Chan with Ryan Phillips right behind him, and Ben Miller right in front of Chan. Looks like Ryan Phillips may have a little bumper damage. Oh yeah, that front bumper's caved in a little bit. I just realized I left the music going, but we'll leave that for the rest of this
Stephen
race, I
Kelly
guess.
off in the
Oh, I just saw him. Looks like he caught some grass and went out.
Took the toe.
It's a tough break for Steven there, but it is just the sprint race. They can come back in the feature for double the points. Oh, now we got Daniel McConnell coming up on the back of Ryan Phillips. Oh, that front bumper is looking pretty rough. Ryan Phillips maybe going for the pass on Chan here. He's looking for options coming down the front straight. Going to the inside for T1. Is he alongside? No, he's not quite there yet. Everybody keeps their positions. Oh, we got Hibbs right on the heels of Morgan. Side by side on the long back straight. The second straight. There's kind of 3 straights here, almost. Back one's a little curvy, but it might as well be a straight. Looks like he had got alongside of him, but Morgan has slipped away again. Oh, and Ryan Phillips and Daniel McConnell just passed Chan. Let's have a look at that. I was down in turn 5. Chan got pushed out wide. They took on the inside and just slipped right around. Looks like Brandon Dooley's back on the heels of William White here. We got a lot of pretty decent races going on right now. Oh, we got Tiago. We haven't looked at Tiago yet. He's creeping up on Andrew Storzum right now. Running that same awesome livery as last time in the Porsche. Brandon Dooley and Tiago both closing the gap on the people they're chasing. Down the straight, of course.
Kyle was crab walking down the straight after the kink there, but he looks like he went and took the toe.
Uh-oh. Let's have a look and see what happened to Kyle here. Ooh, that was... Back on... There, this would be better. You go too wide. Oh, no! Was it Tyler in front of him? Yeah, Tyler went off track, got loose, and forced Kyle to drive over to the wall. Well, we got 3 great races right in the front going right now. Ryan Phillips just passed Daniel McConnell. But we got about 4 really good races going on at the same time. Daniel's popping out, coming back up the inside. Taking that left-hander right before the carousel. Pulls off the pass. In all this fighting, Elliott Lang has now caught up to Chan at the rear of this pack. So we got a kind of a 4-car pack stringing along. Where is Morgan right now? He's coming across the line. So are we 2 laps to go after this?
It's looking possible. There's 2 minutes 20 seconds left in the sprint race.
Yeah, so we should have 2 more laps. Should be on 2 to go right now. Hibbs is right on Morgan's heels. But we also have... Oh, is he gonna... Oh! Just about touch going into turn 3. Which, if you're looking at the track map, you're probably like, that's turn 2. Oh, no, not actually.
Turn 2 is a slight saunter
Yeah.
to the right of turn 1.
Ooh, Morgan dipping the tires in the gravel on the brakes down into turn 5. And you're thinking, turn 5, that should be turn 3. Nope. Because turn 4 is also a slight little saunter to the side. Down what I would call straight.
And the kink is turn 11, but the two little jaunts in between there are not 12 and 13. They are 11A and 11B. Oh, I think we got Chan spun at turn 5.
Uh-oh. Let's go check on the group he was racing with. Looks like the rest of the group's going all right. We got Ben Miller right on the rear bumper of Daniel McConnell. Oh, Hibbs is on Morgan right now. We'll come around this Canadian corner. Heavy braking zone. It's super easy to miss your braking zone there. It's a fairly long one. We have so many good races going on right now. We're just gonna have to focus on the leaders, I guess.
My ADHD is going nuts trying to follow what the heck is going on.
Yeah, I at one point I was seeing like 6 orange numbers because all those gaps were so close. Here's the white flag. I see Barney.
Jimmy's crab walking through the carousel.
Barney is whipping that white flag around. Let's see if Richard has anything for Morgan on this last lap. Can he get a good run off turn 3? Turn 3 is a super important turn, but very hard to execute properly. He does have draft to help him. Yeah, it looks like Morgan got a better run off of that, opened up a gap. But you do immediately have draft after that to to make some of that back up. Down into turn 5, gap's holding about the same. Hibbs uses all the track, almost goes a little wide. Coming down the short straight before the left-hander into the carousel. Closing the gap a little bit. Carousel's also difficult and super important to
Tyler. Really
hold your
sorry about,
momentum and get a run out of that.
Steven, heads up, I'm really slow. I'm going to stay on the right side.
All right, going through the kink, down this back straight here. Does he have enough draft to get up to him? I don't think he does. He's still 3/10 out, not really gaining much.
Last first challenge, part 2.
Both keep it tidy through Canadian corner or Canada corner. I don't remember which it's called. Come around to the last turn here. Looks like Morgan's gonna have it. Great race between the two. But Morgan will take the sprint. Richard second. William White coming across the line in third. Brandon Dooley right behind him in fourth. Kerry Brooks crosses and rounded out the top 5. Tiago sixth. Andrew with Coy right behind him. Coy in 8th with these heavy hitters. That's a pretty good position there. We got Daniel, Ryan Phillips with Elliott right behind him. Ben Ruprecht with Ben Miller right behind him. Corey Abbott. Here comes Ken in 15th. Jeff Oakes, our current AM leader, points leader, in 16th. Chan 17th. AJ. Rafael crosses. Looks like Schussler's coming across the line. Austin. Looks like Rashana's car's seen some better days. Stephen Kelly and Leighton are still finishing up. Logan, Skyler, I'm gonna bet that Skyler's gonna be striking back in the feature. That was a bad luck incident he got caught up in. Nothing he could do. Mark, we got Jimmy, and Kyle's sitting in the pits, so it looks like Jimmy's the last one finishing up. And he's having to drive through cool down traffic to do it. And here he comes across the line. Tough break for Jimmy, but I'm sure he will be back to beat on some cars in the feature.
That was quite the eventful sprint race. If anyone needs me to take a look at anything, because it was tough to catch all the stuff going on track, just let me know. We can talk about it after the race, but for now, enjoy your warm-up.
All right, we are back. Getting lined up for the feature race here.
Remember, guys, this is the long one. That's what she said. No, it isn't.
I could go rattle off all of the starting grid, but
It's what Jimmy said.
should pretty well know it since it's been on screen for 10 minutes.
Second last to first speed run? Question mark?
It looks like our top 3 amateur finishers from the sprint race were Coy, Elliott, and Ben. So good on them. Here we go. This is a short little short little parade before the start. Let's get some TV3 action. As he tracks through the dirt, that's not a good sign. It must have been from the warm-up session. Here we come to the line. Green flag, and we're going. Morgan's going to take the inside again. Looks like William might sneak up the inside of Richard for T1 here. He does, with Brandon right behind him and Kerry right behind that. Oh, Richard goes out wide, riding through the grass, comes back on. Everybody's looking okay.
Nice, Logan.
Let's take a little gander back through the field here. Looks like everybody's got a pretty decent start. Nothing too wild going on.
Way off.
Yeah, no dramas anywhere yet.
Don't you dare give it to commentators first.
Sorry about that. We got Morgan running away. And oh, somebody's around in turn
Jimmy
5.
just plunked somebody.
Sorry, guys. I was trying to avoid getting hit from behind and release the brakes.
No worries, no worries.
Sounds like they're getting bunched up in T5 there. Let's have a little
Don't worry, I tickled him for you.
sneak peek at that.
No, please.
That was a bunch of, I think was it Ryan Phillips? Yeah, Ryan Phillips is the one I saw get turned. Oh, that wasn't Jimmy related. He got bumped by somebody else.
the drivers behind Jimmy didn't take into account the draft going down that straight, and we're
Yeah, we're
getting
watching
into ABS.
watching Jimmy now. Oh yeah, yeah. And then we also had people stopped in the corner because other stuff was happening. That was just a soup of incidents going on that all kind of combined. So right now we got Morgan leading the pack, running away from
Nice, buddy.
William. Behind William, we got Brandon Dooley, Kerry Brooks, and Tiago in a nice little pack here.
Jimmy in the pits.
Oh, Jimmy must have got some damage. Had to
He got meatball.
go to the pits. Ooh,
It went off somewhere.
can't disrespect the meatball. Stephen Kelly going. Oh, Coy's. Looks like Coy went off track. Might have had a big hit in the wall. Oops, that's.
His car looks okay.
100% me.
There it
I
is.
apologize. I'm up.
Well, this is moving so fast. Oh, he caught the dirt on the inside of the corner. So Hibbs was shuffled back to P5. We're going to have to see if he can bring his way back up the field into second and try to run down Morgan. It's going to be a tall order, though.
I need a bigger secondary monitor for this. I have to keep scrolling to see if anything's happening.
That would be handy. And behind Richard Hibbs, who is this that we have here? Oh, it's Daniel McConnell, Chat's favorite driver. Or the only people that show up in chat. And right behind him, we have another Texas speed guy, Elliot Lang, running in the top spot for the amateurs
Boys parked it
with
with T6.
Ben right behind, with two Bens right behind him, both also in amateur class. Yeah, it looked like Coy hit the wall pretty hard. There are apparently dozens of Texas Speed fans out there.
I appreciate that, chat.
Look like you were.
Oh, we
already
got
going
Corey
around.
coming up on the back of Ben Miller. This is about to get interesting here. See if Corey's got something for Ben right here. Also, after a rough sprint race, take a quick peek away from this. We have Logan Key, who had a big moment in the previous race, got sent basically all the way back and is currently 14 positions up. So he took pretty good advantage off the start of this race here. Go back and have a look at Ben, and Corey here. Oh, let's go look at Andrew. He's got Richard Hibbs right on his tail. Richard is P5 currently. He's going to be trying to fight his way back to at least second, I'm sure.
Man, the draft doesn't really let them break up at all.
Yeah, I noticed that they don't always close up real tight, but they can't seem to quite get away either.
Sorry, Brandon.
Oh, Ben went around.
Oh. Let's have a look and see what happened to
That's a good
Ben
job
there.
stopping it before the
Oh,
corner.
he just went wide and got caught. Oh, he got caught in the grass, then immediately pavement after the grass sent him slightly sideways. Little hit into the wall. Nothing he could do about that after it started on its way. Skyler in P16 right now. He's going to be moving up through the field. He is 12 positions up currently. Oh, something happened to Ben Miller. Skyler going for a pass on Mark Rendau
Anyone
right now.
wants to spin, I guess, just get in front of me.
Sounds like Brandon's out there mind punting people.
That's
Take-
telekinesis, Brian.
Like Skyler takes Mike in the braking zone down into T5. He's going to be moving up. Let's have a look and see what happened to Ben Miller there. Oh, he just barely went wide and touched the gravel there. That's
It's a
gonna-
narrow enough track. You really can't. It's hard to tell where your corners are.
Yeah,
when you're
that's
braking.
that's a tough break for him. That is kind of a tight exit there. And that was like an inch of tire on the gravel. Oh, it looks like Mark went around. Everybody's passing by him safely. We have AJ out here right behind Chan. We just had Raphael pass Ken. Maybe Chan had just passed AJ because Chan seems to be running away. And now AJ has Stephen Kelly on him. Oh, Jimmy is quickly closing the gap on Jeff Oakes. Oh, it looks like Jeff has some damage. Jimmy's up +4 from where he started. With his car looking clean, I think he's going to be taking some positions back. Goes on the outside of Jeff. Should be an easy pass. Jeff's car looks pretty beat up. Yep. Goes around pretty easy. We got Richard back up into P4, which means he passed both Andrew and Daniel and is now about to start his work on Tiago. Currently still we have Elliot Lang as the amateur leader, AM class leader, AM division leader, however we want to say it. He's in P7. Fighting off Corey Abbott right now, who's up 6 positions from the start. Let's go back to Tiago. Watch Tiago and Richard fight a bit. Elliot Strongbow Lang is what I hear from chat. Let's have a look at roll bar cam as Richard goes on the outside trying to make a pass down into T1.
Inside
Doesn't
is open.
quite get enough there. Almost is trying for like an over-under maneuver. Gets on the inside coming down into T3. Here we go, side by side.
I'll stay here. Go ahead,
Takes a
Ryan.
slight advantage out of there. Him and Tiago are just door to door. We're gonna hard braking zone down here into T5. Oh, Tiago moves over just a little bit too much, glances off of him. Tiago holding the inside down. He's gonna have the inside again on the next turn. He may be able to hold him off here. He does. But as you see, right in the rearview mirror there, Daniel McConnell's sneaking up and all this fighting. Tiago defended the inside again. Richard's going to try the outside. He's going to have the inside for the carousel. Daniel's right behind, just waiting to pounce. Richard's going to take it, the inside of the carousel. Tiago better slot in or Daniel's going to take it from him. Oh no, he keeps it. Coming through the kink. Hope that the Porsche doesn't do Porsche things in the kink. Down to Canada corner. Not much goes on there. And Andrew Storsum is also just bringing up the back of the pack right there and all that fighting. Whoa, Tiago goes wide. Hangs on to it, though. Coming around the last corner. Looks like Richard might be running away now that he's ahead. Richard is moving tonight. It really seems like Richard's not always the fastest on track, but when it's a track that he is comfortable on, he just flies around that track. The last season when I raced with these guys, I specifically remember Sebring. I'm not that great at Sebring, but Richard was just gapping me on Sebring, and then the next week we went somewhere else and I was gapping him. So it kind of seems like it track dependent somewhat for him, but he is absolutely moving right now.
A little fun stat check in here. So far in this race, with almost 31 minutes to go, there have been 114 incidents.
Woo! That's what you get when you got 30 cars on the track.
Didn't even get to finish. Now it's 116.
And we got a great race going on here for, what is it? It's technically for P3, I guess. Because Richard is up in P. Is that smoke? What is on my screen right now? Is that from Austin Louder crashing? Oh no, his crash was apparently just an off track. Oh no. He did go sideways through there, but nobody's... I don't see anybody coming. Interesting.
So there's an incident turn 3 between AJ and Ryan. Maybe that's...
Extras.
Still got a pretty good line going up here. Looks like Daniel's getting up on the back door of Tiago. I don't know if he's going to be able to quite get close enough to make a move.
Oh, carry one off in the kink.
Oh, he gives a little peek to the inside. Just letting Tiago, he's there and thinking about it. Tiago gets a little loose. Daniel's down the inside into T3. He should get a better run off of this on the inside. It's hard to hold the speed on the outside of that corner.
A couple beers and stuff.
Side by side down the straight with Andrew right behind him, just waiting.
I believe you have some leftover Bud Light.
Andrew's going to follow Tiago down the inside, it looks like.
Oh, I got plenty.
Oh, no, he goes back to track out, use all the track. Kind of just goes wide through the whole thing. Tiago's able to hold off Daniel so far. We got Logan Key right on the inside of Elliott. Elliott's going to have the inside for this next turn. Can he? Nope, Logan is fully around. So Logan takes over the top amateur spot.
It was fine.
Great Plains represent there.
We are a rare breed, the Great Plains folks.
We also have Brandon Dooley right behind Corey. Pretty good race going on there. Of course, there's still Daniel right behind Tiago. Also, that pass on Elliott brings Logan 17 spots up for today. Oh, and not far behind that, we have Skyler coming back. He's currently up 15 spots with the Leighton right behind him at 12 plus 12 spots. These guys are just rolling through the field. It's like the next victim's going to be Raphael. We'll have to keep an eye on the gap there.
I'm sure our Texas Speed fans would like to know that Daniel McConnell has the fastest lap of the feature at a 2:05.696.
Oh, yes, he does.
I'm not pandering, you're pandering.
I'm sure a little bit of draft from Tiago, you know, didn't hurt. Looks like Richard Hibbs is second fastest with just 400ths off of that.
Oh, we got another one off in the kink. Oh, it was Coy.
Oh no, not Coy again. Coy's having a rough feature tonight. Let's take a look at that. I'm guessing touched the out. Yep. That was before the kink. Touched the grass on the outside coming out of the carousel. Oh, that's a tough break there.
That section of track doesn't look that difficult, but when you're in that car, you're just looking down a tunnel.
Yeah. Yeah, and the kink, especially in these cars, is full throttle, but just barely. You are holding on for everything going through that kink. Especially on the first couple laps when the tires haven't got completely warm yet.
Rashana with a meatball somewhere.
Let's see where our leader's at. Morgan's in the lead by about 3.5 seconds almost. With William running in second. Doing a great job tonight. Especially for his first Road League appearance. Have a lot of fun racing with William in the Oval League on Wednesday nights. And had a great time doing a 24-hour Daytona with him as well. Looks like Richard Hibbs has just driven away from Tiago, and I'm going to guess he's closing the gap on William. We're going to have to watch the times here. It's currently just dropping right now, so he has to be just gaining on William this entire time. He's really great at being just consistent and doing his thing, too, so I have no doubts he's going to be caught up to William here shortly. Further back, we still have Tiago and Daniel McConnell going at it. Daniel has not left Tiago's bumper through this entire time. Seems to continuously hold 2 to 4 tenths behind him. Oh, it looks like we might have Ryan Phillips. Oh, we just missed it. Ryan Phillips just passed on the inside of Chan. Now Ben Miller's going to go for it. He's going to be on the outside, though. Can he get... Oh, yeah, he cleared. And Stephen Kelly's behind that. Stephen Kelly going to get a pass in here as well. Looks like he might be getting a bit of a run down the back, the last straight here. Not looking to the inside. No, there's a little bit of a gap there.
Richard Hibbs just set the fastest lap of the race so far.
For some reason, I have some people showing feet instead of time
Feet?
for the interval. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that.
Well, today I learned that feet is a measurement of time.
I also see somebody at 0.4 of a mile. But we do have Elliott coming down pit road. Looks like he might be taking an early pit. Jimmy Hayden is... No, Jimmy already pit because of the incident. Let's see how long a pit stop takes here. It was lifted up, so I assume he got tires.
They have to lift it up to get to the fuel cap.
His pit stop was basically 17 seconds with his full pit length time of 1 minute.
That could have been one side of tires.
Some other people had to pit earlier. They're about the same. High 50s, a couple of low 50s on pit lane time. I'm wondering if he maybe picked up too much fuel, or the other ones pitted so early they probably couldn't get enough fuel to finish the race. They may have to be pitting again. Oh, looks like we missed the pass. Daniel McConnell got around Tiago. Tiago is almost a second behind. What happened there? Let's see if we can find a replay of that. Oh, he got a run out of the last turn and just went up the inside going down the straight. Tiago dropping pretty far behind there. Did Tiago mess up the last turn? Because that was quite a speed difference there. Oh, yep, he went off track at some point. Oh, Tiago went out in the grass.
Dude.
On the last turn.
Sorry.
So Daniel got a big run. Let's see if Tiago can strike back here. They've been running neck and neck this entire time.
Ooh, Jimmy with a narrow miss on a car re-entering track.
So it seems that when people go into the pits, it changes from time interval to distance. That seems to be what's happening.
That's right, then.
So far we have Morgan, who's extended the lead. We're about half through the race now, just past half through. Morgan's extended the lead to getting close to that 5-second mark. We got William White, and look who's right behind him, Richard Hibbs. Richard Hibbs has closed that, what last was a 2-second gap, now down to 0.5. With the time difference he's making. Oh, he goes in the pits. He's going to try to undercut William here. Let's see how this plays out. Looks like Daniel McConnell's coming into the pits behind him. These are the first of our leaders coming into the pits. We also have Logan Key coming in, who's running in 8th. It's a long road down to that when you're a top qualifier. All right, his car's up in the air. Looks like it's going to be about the same time as... Oh, Daniel had like a 1.5 seconds faster pit stop. And about a second faster, 1.2 seconds faster pit lane time. So he will have closed the gap up slightly to Richard. I'm sure Richard will probably be driving away again with his performance today. Let's take a peek at Tiago. Let's get the track map up here while people are pitting. We can keep track of where people are. Curious to see if Tiago's going to be pitting this lap or if he's going to be waiting anymore. Oh, Morgan's in the pits. Leader's coming down pit road. Williams going to be coming down pit road as well. And here comes Tiago. All right. Let's see how this plays out. Richard, comparing to other people, Richard had a pretty good pit lane time, but not the best. So Tiago, if he has a decent stop, should be able to come out ahead. Richard is, what number is Richard? 15. Or is he, oh, he's coming down the front straight right now. Tiago's on the move. And there's Richard. Oh, Richard gets him easily. Tiago had a faster pit lane time. Interesting how that played out. I'm not sure if Tiago lost some time on older tires or what went on there. Because Tiago actually had a better pit lane time but came out behind. I guess that's just the power of the undercut. Either that or Tiago had a not so great lap before he came into the pits. And it looks like now everybody has pit. So everybody, besides some people that had to pit early for damage repairs, everybody should be pretty well ready to go for the rest of the race. For the last 15 minutes we got here. We got Skylar right behind Leighton. Skylar's had a Leighton behind him before, I'm pretty sure, as they were going up through the field. They still haven't caught Raphael yet. Judging by the best lap time, they're all pretty well even. Oh, William White came out of the pits. Right on, was that? Oh. He come out next to, yeah, he came out next to Daniel. They got about just under a second gap there. We'll keep an eye on that gap while we watch Skylar and a Leighton go at it here. Skylar's letting a Leighton know that he's having a look. Looking to strike. Oh, Tiago is right behind Andrew. I like to see Andrew showing people that the Merc is still worth it with all the BMW and Porsche hype and the slight bit of Ferrari hype tonight. That gap's opening back up a little bit. We got Skyler really having some peaks on a Leighton here. Trying hard to chase down a Leighton. Oh, did something happen to William? We have Daniel right behind him, just out of nowhere. I wonder if William got loose off that last turn.
Daniel's been within a second of William for a little bit now.
Yeah, he just suddenly went down to like 2/10. Currently in the battle for P3. Oh, I see Ryan Phillips crashed. Let's have a look at that real quick. Well, that's not... Or is that where he crashed? He was coming out of the pits. Oh, he just stopped and
Thank you
let
for
some
staying
people
there.
by. And it thought he was crashing. Mark off track there, but comes back on nicely. William might be running away from Daniel a little bit again. Something must have happened to Skyler because he fell off the back of a Leighton. Oh, yeah, I see a crash in my report here. A little twitchy under the brakes as he cut the... Yeah, he caught the inside. Oh, Tiago crashed. Come down to Canada Corner. Porsche does Porsche things. Pretty minor spin, though. He didn't go all the way around. He collects, he gets back on the track. He's going to lose some time. Looks like he lost a position to Brandon there. But he should recover all right from that. Back to watching Daniel try to chase down William White. Back down to about 3/10 again. Let's have a look at the lap time? Yeah, there we go. Lap time battle box. That's not what we want. There's what we want. So it looks like they're... it's hard to tell because there's pit stops in there. So the lap times are wildly off. But in the last two that we have, there was McConnell gained a half and then lost 2/10. There's not much good data there currently with pit stops interfering with everything. But currently, this is, I think, the best looking race we got going on, and it's for P3. Pretty high stakes. Could have a little view out of Daniel's car as he's chasing William around here for a lap. We go take a ride around the lap here. See if I remember how to do this. going over the start finish. That's not Daniel, that's William. There we go. A break about the 3-cone marker. I think it's a 3-cone marker.
That's wide open there. Thank you, Chris.
Come down here, break it that number 3 line or number 2 line. Can't remember which. Down a couple gears, going down the middle straight, I guess we'll call it. Even though this is the Sargento cheese bridge is a turn apparently. Come down into T5. Hard braking, starting just after the 3 sign. Go out as wide as possible. You can go super wide without getting an off track there. Cut in, wide exit. Coming up the hill, brake just before. Turn in left hard. Over here, let's see. That's pretty well flat through there. Maybe a little bit. I think there's a little lift. Brake it just before the 2. Turn it in left. Come out wide. Try not to touch the gravel. It's super easy to do right there. Full throttle into the carousel before just lifting and coasting. Just waiting on the car to turn. As soon as it settles and gets look like it's going to go where you want to, hard back on the throttle. Coming up to the kink, just a tight, slight lift. Turn it in tight.
Thanks, Chris.
Going down the what I like to call the 3rd straight or the back straight. Down the Canada corner, brake before the 3 marker. Go down to 2nd gear, I think. It might be 3rd gear. It's been a while since I've driven here. Full throttle through the left-hander. This last little bit of track is pretty crazy. Now down to, I believe, 2nd. Track out. Roll back on that throttle. And away we go. That's a lap around Road America.
Inside's open.
Looks like Tiago is right behind Elliott Lang. Elliott, what was it? Strongbow Lang. He's going to get him in Canada corner there. Also, Skyler making a return. Looking to pounce on Elliott right there. Now, Tiago and Skyler are both in the pro class, where Elliott's in the amateur class, but every position is points for everyone. So they are racing each other. It looks like Tiago and Skyler are going to get the pass there. Take a few points away from Elliott. Oh no, Elliott goes back in on the inside. Oh no!
Right side is open, guys.
Looks like he just got a little deep in the brakes and couldn't turn. Skyler's having a rough night tonight, getting pushed around by other cars.
Five minutes to go.
Ooh, 5 to go. So we're down to... I'm trying to click names on the screen. Let's take a look back at Daniel McConnell here. With 5 minutes to go, there's going to be maybe 3 laps left. We'll see how it plays out here. Where is Morgan? Morgan is currently about to finish a lap. So with the time, I think we're going to have 3 laps to go. Maybe. Daniel's making that gap up a little bit. He's down under 3/10 now. Is he gonna peak? Nope, not quite.
Thanks, Vision.
Gave a little wiggle there. Coming down to T3. Losing the gap slightly. See if he gets a run off of this. Oh, he got a pretty decent run off of T3. That combined with the draft. Closing up the gap. Coming down into turn 5. Right on him. Peeks out the inside. Not quite close enough to make a move. Just showing the nose on the inside. Giving a little pressure to William there. Is William going to be able to hold him off? William not going, doesn't look like he's going full defense mode yet. They're holding the gap pretty stable. All right, Morgan's coming around to start another lap. We're going to be down to 2 minutes left.
Thanks, Chris.
Is Barney waving? Barney's waving the white flag. Here we go, last lap. Oh, Daniel just passed. We missed it. What happened? We changed the camera for a second to see how the laps are going to play out, and Daniel's around William White. Let's have a little replay of that. Looks like William just didn't get quite a run off of the last turn. That's how Daniel got around to Tiago as well. Tiago had a little slip up on the last turn coming up the straight. Currently, we got William on the inside, or not inside, that's going to be the outside coming down to T5. Side by side.
I appreciate that.
Daniel's going to hold it out on the inside there. Looks like he maybe broke a little later, had a little bit better run going in there. William is not letting him go. Looking all around trying to find just anywhere to put the nose. Looks like Williams running a little tighter in the carousel. Let's see how he gets, if he gets a run out of here.
Tiago, I'm going to hold this, okay?
All good.
Went through the kink, coming down the back stretch. Maybe opened up a slight gap there. This is kind of the last place to really make a move. We got Morgan coming around the last turn right now with Richard 5 seconds behind, and then these guys 5 seconds behind them. Looks like the gap's opening up now. As long as Daniel holds it. Yep, Daniel held it around the last turn. It looks like he's going to take P3. Morgan's across the line for P1. Richard comes across the line in P2. Daniel takes P3 away from William with 1 lap to go. William White in P4. Andrew Storzum rounding out the top 5. Got Brandon in P6. Corey coming up the hill to the finish. He has Logan Key right behind him. Great race for Logan. Being in P8, he is the top amateur finisher. Raphael, P10. Tiago coming up P3. Logan also, by the way, is 18 positions up finish-wise. Skyler getting back up to 11th, which is 16 positions up. Elliot Lang, second amateur, holding out P12. Jimmy coming up another 16 positions for P13. Ken, and then Ken Chrisman for P3 amateur in P14. Looks like he's going to be resetting, so he's not going to be available for the picture if we take one.
Yep, I was trying to wait for everyone to finish to make the announcement.
I know, everybody's jumping out.
All good, Ben.
Who else we got? It's a long
Carey has not finished yet.
I thought it was a good spot, and then
It's
I
a
thought about it, and I was
long
like, no, it
finish.
probably wasn't.
Austin, it looks like Austin's the last one. He's coming across the line
William,
now.
hell of a race.
Yeah, just a moment later would have been perfect. I was trying to catch
Is,
you up because I figured it was going to happen on the next little straight.
Logan's still on track.
Can we get
Elliott's still on
Morgan,
track.
Richard, Daniel to the line, and Logan and Elliott and Ken to the line as well for the end of the race picture?
Yeah, Dan, that was a lot of
Gonna
fun.
hop
I'm a little
over
bit annoyed with
and
myself for making that a little bit easier for you, but that was fun. You were
take
putting the heat on
a
there. Fun.
little shot here.
You would not make a mistake, man.
Whoa, he's blowing through.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Gary. I thought you finished, man. William, that was a nice run. You were keeping me honest there for a while.
There we go.
Yeah, you were just more consistent, man. You and Richard was wicked, but and Daniel as well. I just didn't have the consistency to hang with you. It was good fun, man.
Do we have
Yeah,
Elliott?
Guys, that was a great one. Had a lot of fun, thank you.
Where's Elliott at?
You made me forget how to drive that last time.
He is coming up.
God, you're hard
Okay.
to get around, dude.
Sounds like I'm glad I undercut that.
Hell of a stretch.
Got Elliott up there.
Not bad for a first race.
All right, looks like Ken went to pits, so I think we're good. Thank you, guys.
All right, you know what happens next.
We all respectfully stop our cars and reset and let Morgan do his burnout.
I'm gonna pull over and do my oil change.
Yeah, please. What happened last week almost broke my hands. Keep in mind that guys have DDs.
Designated drivers?
Great broadcast. Well, thank you. We're super new at this, so we do the best we can.
If anyone wants to look at something, I'll be making myself available in chat.
And we'll pull, let's go to the results here. And we'll pull some people in. Do some, guess I could announce that to them, couldn't I? If the top 3 of each class want to hop in Discord, we can have a little interview for the broadcast.
I think a lot of them left. You might want to ping in Discord.
No, they say you just interview me, that's fine.
Who do we got? We need to get the results up.
Ben, it's good to see you.
There we go. No, that's the Heat one. Sorry. You got to click it before you hit the other button. There's the results. I need Will up here to help me with the questions. I'm clicking wrong thing, clicking wrong things. You want to help me with interviews, Will, or maybe Ben, who is a seasoned veteran of interviewing people? No? No takers? Guess not. He may have closed it already. All right, well, let's get who do we got here? Yeah. Morgan, Richard, Daniel. I don't see Daniel in. We got Richard. Let's steal Richard. Hey, Richard.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, You had a heck of a comeback there in the feature race.
Yeah, I kind of understeered myself off the track in turn 1 and decided I needed to make up for it.
Yeah, that was a long road coming back, but you were moving. Seemed
Yeah,
like
I was
all night.
trying to set some insanely consistent laps there, and then I was kind of annoyed that I did it because I felt like I had pace on Morgan. So I just had to kind of see if I could chase him down, and then after the pit cycle there, he had a 4-second lead, and he stretched it just ever so slightly, and I was like, okay, he's
Yep.
he's got a little bit in reserve here, so I ended up having
Yep.
to settle for P2 there.
Yeah, that was a great sprint race as well.
Yeah, thanks.
Following Morgan. I mean, he couldn't get away from you. So it's kind of unfortunate you had that going wide at the beginning of the feature, but that's a very nice comeback
Thank you.
on all those fast guys there. Let's see if I don't see Daniel popping in. Oh, there he is. I'm gonna pull up Daniel. I'm gonna bring more people in so you can either hang out here or move back to general, whatever you want to do.
I'll head back to general.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Yep. Let's get Daniel up here. I got too much. It's too hard to move you through everything. Are you there? I see you're muted.
Hey, what's up?
There he is. Fixing my Discord so I don't have to drag and scroll at the same time. So squeaking out that P3 on like the last lap.
Oh man, Will would not make a mistake.
He was looking super good all race long.
He's stoked. Man. I remember running against him in the GR86 race, and man, he's tough.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
you didn't get the William that showed up to my 24-hour Daytona race, who crashed
legend?
multiple times. you didn't get that William, unfortunately. You got the super consistent one. Yeah. Did he get a little slow runoff that last on the last turn there? Because it seemed like you gapped him pretty quick.
A little bit, and he didn't overcorrect. That was the only mistake I ever saw him make, by the way. And I just had a run on the outside. He gave me the space. Very, very standout driver, clean driver. I had a frustrating start since I couldn't qualify, but glad I was able to salvage a podium out of that.
Yeah, well, you got a few fans in chat, so
My boy.
If you got anything to say to them,
I don't know if Gleason was in there, man. Rest in peace if he wasn't, but that's the support. I'm sure my dad was in there somewhere too.
I saw Matt and Jordan, and Guitars and Guns.
Guitars and Guns,
and I think that was it. We also got
a
little bit of cheering for Elliot going on as well. So.
Oh yeah, Elliot's he's a hell of a driver too. I'm glad he was able to come away with the podium. But yeah, I did not pay any of those guys, just for the record.
Are you sure? They seem to be representing pretty hard in there.
No, I've been advised to say no comment on that one.
All right.
Great race though. Thanks for the broadcast and excellent race control. Y'all always put on a good show.
Yeah, it was a great race to watch. The feature got kind of drawn out at the end. You and William were about the only thing to watch there towards the end. So thanks for ending it on a pretty good racing note. But the sprint was
absolutely. I didn't have a choice,
everywhere.
Man, he's so good.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go grab Morgan. So thanks for the chat. And we'll
absolutely.
Talk
Thank
to you later. Yeah. Ooh. All right, let's grab Morgan here. Hey there, Morgan.
Hey, Brian, how are you?
Doing pretty good. That was quite the show you put on there.
I was just trying to do what I could. It's Ferrari is very unfamiliar, but yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
drive. Just tried to stay out of trouble.
Were you just hoping for a little more straight line speed in the Ferrari tonight?
Yeah, looking at VRS, the Ferrari for whatever reason had a massive advantage, and I happened to race here on Sunday in the Porsche, and it was not great for me. So I knew that was not going to be a winning strategy. So I figured I'd change it up.
I don't disagree there. I haven't had time to drive the new Porsche yet, but driving the old Porsche here, I could barely make it through the kink without crashing. So I definitely support changing from that, at least for this track.
Yeah. But yeah, the Ferrari was good, and competition was there. Rich kept me honest the entire sprint. I almost gave it to him there towards the end, and then in the feature, that was definitely not a giveaway. That is for sure. William was definitely knocking there, just waiting for me to make a mistake. So I was just focusing on keeping it as clean as I could.
Yeah, you seem to make a gap there, but William was being super consistent. I was a little sad that Richard went wide on the start of the feature, and kind of dropped back to fifth or so. Because watching him chase you around the whole sprint race was a great thing to watch. So I was hoping for more of that in the feature. That he didn't quite make it there with that little slip up. But congrats on another win. Super consistent race, as usual.
Ah, thank you. Thank you.
What was the? Let's see. The gap was a little over 4 seconds. So it looks like you were about there, and then Hibbs was about that to Daniel.
Yeah, he made up a ton of time. I think if this was an hour, he might have caught me back up by then.
Yeah. The VR running okay tonight? I know you've had some issues with that.
It's fantastic now. iRacing implemented some new tools where you can restrict how many threads.
Oh, is it the the Eco Cores or whatever?
Yeah, so I was finally able to get that dialed in, and it is running beautifully.
Ah, well, that's good to hear. So hopefully no more stutter issues, and more P1s to come in the future.
I hope so. But hey, it was fun this evening.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. We had a nice big showing in the field. So I guess I'm going to go grab our amateur finishers now. Thanks for taking the time to chat.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Okay, let's grab I got people moving. We got Logan is in there. We got Elliot. Let's grab we're going to grab Logan. All right, I'm going to grab a couple people here. We got Logan and Ken. Who else was I looking for?
I think the Holy GG.
Oh, Elliot. That's right. That's Holy GG. There we go. I forgot Elliot wasn't Elliot on here.
Sorry about that.
All right, we got the top 3 amateur finishers here. I'm trying to figure out how to go best about these so we don't get like interviews going forever. Because sometimes we're doing this for like an hour after the race. I will start off with Logan. Logan, you had a hell of a showing after that incident in the sprint race, going up 18 positions and taking the number 1 amateur spot tonight for the feature.
Yeah, I was super upset with myself. It was just like maybe half a tire in the grass, but at this track, that's all it takes to just go flying.
Oh,
So,
yeah, I remember. I remember seeing it. It looked like a couple inches.
yeah,
It was close.
that's all it takes. But yeah, coming to the feature, I think a lot of people were really, probably too cautious at the start. I was able to jump like 10 spots right away without, coming wheel to wheel with anyone. Just kind of just drove right past them. And then I kind of settled down for like 10 or so laps. I followed a Leighton until he pit, and I started following Brandon as close as I could. It's impossible. And then after the pits, I didn't realize that it was Corey that was right behind me, and I let him by, which in theory I probably should have, took the inside to cut him off and just hold him off the rest of the race. But after that, it was just Corey and I just driving around having a good time. But it was super fun. I know I kind of pushed AJ a little wide, like 15 minutes or so in, so I feel bad about that. But other than that, it was pretty clean race, pretty fun.
Yeah, that was a great show. I did notice you must have. I didn't see you passing everybody on, super early on, but I noticed it was on either lap 2 or 3, and you were already up a bunch of positions.
Yeah, it was super fun. I was gonna take this as a drop week this week because I had some stuff to do, but I love Road America too much, so I'm really glad I didn't.
Yeah, it's a good thing you showed up then. You're gonna get some good points for the feature
Yeah,
race there.
hope so. I had a 6 pack of Kona crashes waiting for me, but I didn't crash at all, so I'm pretty happy I get to drink those now.
Yeah, you can go celebrate some with your P1 amateur finish there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, next we had Elliot. Elliot had pretty great race today.
Yeah, a couple moments, but all around pretty good for my first showing of the league.
Yep, you were with us for the special event, and
Mm-hmm.
then we knew you were signing up for the league, so it's good to see you out here. We had a lot
Yeah,
of new faces tonight. Big field with 30 cars total.
yeah, we'll try to make the other ones, but week 1, like I said, a wheel was broken. And
Oh,
week
yep.
2, I was up in Montreal,
Ah, okay.
so
Well, hopefully you can
missed
make
that
it for
one.
the rest of them. Those will be you get 2 drop weeks, so there's your 2 drop
Mm-hmm.
weeks.
Yep.
You were running pretty high. Were you? I think you were. Yeah, you were top. You were the top amateur for a while there.
Yeah, for most of the race once I forget what his name was, but he was in the GT, the Ford, and he
Oh
spun. Then I
yeah,
had it. Then I had it for that until finally I was passed for the lead, and then right before like 3 laps ago in the first stint I hit the outside wall at Canada. So I just decided, you know what, just pit 3 laps early, take the faster pair,
yep.
and then just kept going, pushed along, but then had another moment with Rabin towards the end. Completely got some dirty air, was not expecting, and went right off in
Yeah,
turn 1.
yeah. We saw that. It looked like maybe the fronts locked up a little bit and you just couldn't turn. Wasn't sure exactly what happened.
Yeah. Right towards the end, I just couldn't turn, but I was not meaning on passing. And I was like, just survival kicked in.
Yeah, yep. I know how that goes. And especially if you're panic braking and then you brake a little too much, then it doesn't want to turn at all.
Yeah.
But
I was mainly here just show. Was this week and probably every other week will be the only Texas speed guy showing up. So I had to do him proud.
oh, yep. Yeah, we're missing a few from last season.
I
Pretty
asked.
much.
No one else wants to do it. They're
Oh,
just
wow.
too busy.
Well, that's unfortunate. I had a good time since I was actually racing last season. I had a good time racing with them.
Yeah.
Well, good P2 there, and that's see you got 12th overall, so pretty good out of the 30 people we had. I'm not sure what you finished in the sprint. Were you the No, Coy. I think Coy won amateur in the sprint.
No, I was second. I
There-
think I was second or third amateur.
Let's see
in
here.
the sprint.
We'll pop up the heat results.
Yeah.
It was
Not planning on
Coy,
doing this race, but
and
then I
then
was like, you know
you-
what? I have nothing better to do.
Oh, and then Ben was right behind you. That's right. Okay. So you're
Yeah,
11th in the sprint and then 12th in the feature. So
Yeah, highest I got in the feature
Yeah.
was I think 7th.
great result for your first night showing up here.
Yep.
So
Hope to be
congrats.
back next week.
Yeah, congrats on that, and we'll hope to see more from you. Hopefully, you can start fighting for that with the amateur championship points.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to Ken here.
Hello.
Hey, you ended up getting P3 in amateur, 14th overall.
I was totally surprised by that. I quit out of the race thinking I was a lot further down, and then you called my name right after I exited, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oops.
yeah. We were watching you and saw you exit the car, and it's hard to tell an amateur because you got to see who all has A's in front of them to know where you're at. But yeah, we had to wait a while. It's a long lap there, so if somebody's just starting, we didn't want to call it too early while people are still racing. But at least we got you here for an interview. In the feature, I think you were just up a position, so you kind of hung out around that 14th.
Yeah, I think qualifying I did terrible. I went off on every lap I tried, so like nearly dead last for qualifying going to the heat, and then in the heat race I think I got up to 15th. And then during the main race, I think I got as high as 12th at one point, but then made a few little errors and kind of drifted back a little bit and worked my way back to 14th, and pretty happy with that. I was actually kind of surprised I made it that high. I missed last week and didn't really get a lot of practice in the last couple of weeks, so I was just
Yeah.
kind of hanging out, seeing what would happen.
Yeah, it looks like qualifying said you didn't get said it didn't take a time. So yeah, you ended up starting 29th, and then in the sprint getting clear up to, what was it, 15th? Yeah, 15th. So that was a hell of a sprint race for you.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of luck too. There's a few cars that went off in that one.
Yeah, there was some incidents going on at the beginning. That was a little bit rough of a rough T1 in the sprint race. But good job hanging on to it in the feature. And
Yeah, thanks.
do I have... I don't know if I have my points going on. Oh, I have stuff overlaid over stuff. That's not good. That's not great. See, you were in... Did you do last week or the week before?
I did the first week, but I missed
First
last
week.
week.
Okay. Yeah, so you'll be popping up in the points there. You get 2 drop weeks. So last week would have been one of them. If you can hang around, you have a good shot of being up in the top there.
Well, hopefully
So-
it keeps going like today. Was
Yeah.
pretty happy with that one. So
Yeah, keep up the just, I guess, solid driving, because you just seem to be pretty consistent tonight. So keep that up.
yeah,
and
that's
you'll-
the main goal, was just to stay out of trouble and try not to get in the way of anybody and not make any silly mistakes. And made a couple of minor ones, but overall I was pretty happy with how it went.
Well, cool. Well, yeah, we'll keep an eye out for you coming up on the amateur championship points.
All right,
And-
look forward to it. Yeah,
and-
hopefully I'll not miss next week too. So that'll.
Yeah.
I think it's Silverstone, so looking forward to that. That should be fun.
Yeah, I believe it is Silverstone. And What else do we got? I just lost my train of thought. Yeah. I had something else I was going to ask you. Now it's just gone. Well, anyway, thanks for taking the time to chat, and hopefully we'll be interviewing you again next race.
Yeah, look forward to it. Thanks a lot.
A NASCAR stock car that Hendrick Motorsports
No.
ran at the Le Mans 24, which
Yeah,
it's a NASCAR next gen but modified so it could run at Le Mans, and it ended up being faster than the GTE cars.
On straight lines, it was faster than a GTE. So it was faster than certain LMP cars.
Yeah, the slower LMP2s would get overtaken by the NASCAR.
Really? Yeah. I mean, it was a motor that they would run like a regular like NASCAR race, but they had souped it up so that it could run 24 hours.
And
It was
turned down the rev limit.
that too. That was a huge part of it. And then they knocked off like 400 or 500. Was it 400 or was it 700 pounds? It was 400, right?
Yeah, it was a good amount, but I think it was 400.
Yeah. And like an overwhelming majority of it just came from switching out.
We'll just grab Chris here. I'm stealing you, Chris.
All right, I'm here.
I came down to talk to you, but they wouldn't let me get a word in, so I just decided to drag you up here.
Got it. How are you?
I'm doing all right. You have a good time tonight?
I did. I had a great time. I had a good race. You know, not super competitive, but I feel like I drove well, which was nice. Yeah, fairly incident free. So yeah, no complaints. I thought it was a good time. It was good to be back. I was off last week. I actually caught a little bit of your race on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, the oval race.
Kind of tuned in to watch that for a little bit, and then so yeah, it was good to be back behind the wheel tonight.
Yeah, it was good to see you out there again. It looked, you seemed, yeah, like you said, you seemed to stay pretty clean tonight. I didn't see much for incidents come up for you or anything.
Yeah, I was pretty much in a rhythm, I think. So, yeah, just a good time. You know, I've driven that track a handful of times, so I was fairly comfortable. And yeah, just a big pack tonight, 30 cars. That was a little getting used to.
Yes,
but
big
you know,
field
it's
tonight.
nice to have a lot of folks out there. And then the start was crazy. That first lap, you know, there was a couple guys that really could capitalize on gaining some positions. So that was cool. You know, Logan was one of them. He was able to just, you know, I saw him just get by me real quick, and I think he got a handful of positions.
Oh yeah, he
you know,
capitalized off of that for sure.
Yeah, and then Rashana had a really nice like pass on me. Barely even saw that coming. So that, yeah, just cool. I mean, it was a good race. I think that you know, at least from my perspective, I think everyone drove fairly well. I did see a couple cars at the wall, but you know, it happens there. There's lots of grass, and yeah. What can I say? It was fun.
There was definitely some incidents from people just barely dipping tires in the grass.
Yeah.
So it's wasn't too chaotic, but there was definitely some cars to dodge out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know, just looking forward to the next race. I believe we're at Silverstone in 2 weeks, maybe. Is that right?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. We did bring up that it's Silverstone next, but we do have break week next week because 4th of July.
Yeah. So that'll be a good race, and you know, just looking forward to that. And you know, as always, looking forward to our NASCAR race tomorrow night. So don't always do as well, but I think sometimes I have twice the amount of fun as doing the road racing. So I never expected that going into all of this, but yeah, the NASCAR races are super fun.
You were new to ovals.
Yeah. kind of new to sim racing altogether, but
yeah,
you know, definitely
altogether, yeah, for sure. But you do, I mean, you do drive some on track in real life, don't you? Like,
yeah, I
just
do.
like track days and stuff like that.
Yeah, handful of track days, autocrossing.
Yeah,
So yes, I was
you're
definitely
used.
a road racer.
Yes.
And then you know, when we started you know, with the Six Sigma League and they offered a NASCAR, it's like, yeah, I got to get into it. I want to do as much of this as possible. And yeah, the NASCAR races are just so much fun. Just yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I'm always interested in that because I was raised. My dad was super into NASCAR, and I grew up playing like the NASCAR games on our computer and stuff. So my introduction into sim racing was, well, it was Papyrus NASCAR, which is basically where iRacing came from. Um, so I was raised doing all the oval stuff, and then I always had, you know, road course people being like, "Oh, you just turn left, no big deal." So it's always interesting when a road course person you actually get them to try oval, and then they're just like, "Oh my god, it's so much fun."
Yeah, you know, you and I were the opposite as far as like, you know, our racing upbringing. But yeah, you know, I didn't know exactly what to expect, and I didn't anticipate it to be easy. But you know, there is a whole different level of strategy that I was never aware of, and yeah, it takes a lot. So definitely a lot to learn, but you know, having a ball doing that as well. Just you know, it's such a great group, and you know, we have so much fun. And you know, when we have the cautions and everything slows down for a minute, you know, everyone's you know joking and stuff, and
Yeah.
you know, yeah, it's cool. It's a great league. So yeah, it was a good night for me. So I felt good behind the wheel, and yeah, just looking forward to the next.
Well, awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you on track tomorrow at Pocono.
Yep, I'll be there.
And
appreciate you bringing me into the room for the interview. It's always nice to chat and just hang out with everyone.
Yep, always a good time.
So yeah, so we'll check in tomorrow.
Yep, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Likewise.
For anybody that's seeing this recording or still watching the stream, the oval race is on Wednesday nights at the same time, same start time, but on PTM Racing on the live streams on Facebook, and then the recording goes up on PTM Racing on YouTube.
All right, Brian. Well, hey, I appreciate your time tonight.
Yep. Thanks for hanging out for a bit.
Yeah, for sure. And I will. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
All right. Look forward to it.
Thanks a lot, bud.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.
So that's going to be it for tonight. Could have started the music a little earlier, I suppose. But as Chris said, our next race is Silverstone. Next week will be a break week because of 4th of July. I'm trying to get... still getting used to all this. Nope. Results is what I want. Feature results. There we go. So next race is Silverstone, but we're taking a break. So we will be back on July 11th for Silverstone. Hope to see you all there, and have a great night.